Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my WWE Hell in a Cell 2014 predictions. You can obviously tell from the title and the thumbnail. Well, not really the thumbnail, but I guess the title. And the pay-per-view is this Sunday, and the show starts at 8 o'clock. But as you all know, there's going to be a 1-hour pre-show of 7 o'clock. And I'll say this, at least every match, I guess, has a storyline. Every match at least has a purpose. Just most of them not really, that's a positive. They have been doing that. They've been getting a full 8 matches on the show. They've been doing good with that. I really have been enjoying that. Happy about that. And they are starting to defend the mid-card championships, which is something they weren't doing before. That's a positive. And they really made the Hell in a Cell feel like a big deal, because normally they just throw in Hell in a Cell, and then it's like a gay match between Mark Henry and Randy Orton. Oh, it's gay. Or they throw like a match between John Cena, CM Punk, and Del Rio. No, a match between CM Punk and Ryback. Wow, what a gay Hell in a Cell match. So at least they built it up this time a little bit, so I'm happy about that. The only thing is there's most of these storylines I couldn't give a rat's ass about. But whatever. Let's get to the pay-per-view. So the pre-show, we're going to get Mizdow TV with The Miz. So Damien Mizdow is going to host Mizdow TV with his special guest, The Miz, which I actually am looking forward to seeing, because I really enjoyed the segments that Damien Mizdow has been doing. I just really been enjoying Damien Mizdow as the Miz's stunt double. You know, when Miz wrestles, Damien Mizdow will do all the moves he does. He talks when Miz talks, and if Miz like hurts his knee or something, Damien Mizdow sells the injury as well. I think it's awesome. So I can't wait to see that. So now let's get to the code. So yeah, there's a lot of hold on, let me find it. There's a lot of matches on the show. There's actually 8 matches, but I read the SmackDown spoilers, and this happened on SmackDown, so I haven't watched it yet. Well, I'm not gonna watch SmackDown because I usually read the spoilers, but SmackDown hasn't happened yet, so that match isn't on the show. So I'll just announce it now. Dolph Ziggler is going to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Cesaro in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I've actually been enjoying this feud. It's more of a wrestling feud, but it's a good feud. A few weeks ago, Cesaro won a Battle Royal to become the _1 contender to Dolph Ziggler's Intercontinental Championship. And then he got screwed on the same night at SmackDown. He got screwed. Ziggler pinned him when I think his hand was on the ropes and the ref didn't see it. So then they started feuding, and then Ziggler beat him. It was Ziggler, Cesaro, and The Miz in a triple threat match, and Ziggler retained his title there. And then Cesaro pinned Dolph Ziggler on Raw this Monday to earn this Intercontinental Championship match. He originally had it on SmackDown, but then they decided to change it to a 2 out of 3 falls match, which I'm fine with because they have amazing matches together. Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro are just good wrestlers, and I can't wait to see them have this match. The winner's probably going to be... I want to see Cesaro win, because I feel like it would be awesome if he got the Intercontinental Championship, but I think it's going to be Dolph Ziggler. He kind of just won it the night after with Night of Champions, so I think he's going to keep it, but I could be wrong, but we'll see. But Dolph Ziggler's going to win, but I'm going to be rooting for Cesaro. And then now we got the next match. We got Gold and Stardust defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. They've had great matches together. I'm really interested in this feud. I really liked Gold and Stardust as heels, and I think they've been awesome. And I really like their matches. They've had great matches. They had a great match at Night of Champions. They had a great match the SmackDown following after it. And the Usos, they got won by DQ, so they didn't get the title. So they're having they get the official rematches here. And I think Gold and Stardust are going to retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. They just won them, and it really wouldn't make sense if they just took it off them this soon. People are going to say that the Usos might win just because the Ascension were going to come in and feud with the Usos for the tag titles. If they were going to do that, the Usos probably would have never lost the tag team titles to Golden Stardust. So I think Golden Stardust are going to keep the WWE Tag Team Championships. Next match is AJ Lee defending the Divas Championship against Paige. This feud's been alright. I really, it's been going on since the night after WrestleMania when Paige came in, got a quick victory over AJ Lee for the Divas title, and then AJ Lee did the same thing to Paige the night after Money in the Bank, and they had a match at Battleground, which was a pretty good match, and AJ Lee retained. They had a match at SummerSlam, and Paige won the Divas title there. They had a triple threat match, including Nikki Bella, and AJ Lee won there. That led to they were like BFFs too, and that led to Paige not being AJ Lee's BFF, and now she's BFFs with Alicia Fox. And AJ Lee and Alicia Fox have been having matches lately, and I really enjoyed. I think the feud's okay, but the match should be amazing. I really kind of wish this match was inside Hell in a Cell. It would be kind of cool because there would be pretty good Hell in a Cell between AJ Lee and Paige. That would be awesome, but it's not going to happen. Winner? Yeah, this is tough. I'm going to probably say AJ Lee, I guess. This one's kind of a tough one to predict because I want to see the feud continue, and if AJ Lee wins, the feud's pretty much over. But if Paige wins, the feud continues. I think they're going to probably end the feud here. Maybe AJ Lee will win, and they'll do a Survivor Series match with AJ Lee's team and Paige's team. And I think there might be something happening with AJ Lee actually after, so I might just pick AJ Lee retain the championship. You're going to see why. Next match is Big Show versus Rusev. This is going to be a pretty good match. It would have been better if they had waited until Hell in a Cell to have this match, but they didn't do that. They wasted it on SmackDown and Raw. And I've actually enjoyed this feud. Big Show's knocked out Rusev on 2 separate occasions, and Big Show's pulled down the Russian flag, which they made him apologize for, which shouldn't have even happened. Mark Henry actually interfered in one of his matches, and Big Show got pissed at him for it. And then what ended up happening is after Rusev had beat Big E on Raw, he tried to have his Russian flag come down, but then Big Show instead had the United States flag come down. So then Rusev tried to pull it down, and then then the U.S. troop tried to come in, and Rusev kicked him in the head, which was awesome. So Big Show got pissed about that. So Big Show's probably going to be aggressive in this match, and I can't wait to see this match. I think Rusev's going to win this match because they're going to continue to build him up as a strong opponent for somebody. I actually see Mark Henry coming out and interfering and turning heel in this match. I kind of wish that happens because I like heel Mark Henry a lot better than face Mark Henry, and it'd be kind of cool. And we would get like a Big Show Mark Henry feud, which wouldn't be bad. And I hope Mark Henry comes out and turns heel, but if not, I just see Rusev just flat out winning the match then. And I also think they're going to have Rusev feud with Sheamus for the United States Championship too, and Rusev's going to get the U.S. title. And then we have Sheamus defending the United States Championship against The Miz. I pretty much just said who already won this match. I think Sheamus is going to retain. This feud's been pretty good. The reason is that Sheamus has been losing a lot lately. He lost to Miz twice, and then he lost to Damien. He got pinned by his stunt double Damien Mizdow on Raw. And then the other reason is obviously I see him feuding with Rusev for the U.S. title, and Rusev will get the title. So I see Sheamus winning I see Sheamus retaining his championship. Next match is Brie Bella versus Nikki Bella. And the loser must become the winner's personal assistant for 30 days. And if they do not comply, they will be forced to quit WWE. This feud was awesome at the start. I really like the build. It seems like after that Jerry Springer segment that feud, they haven't given it 2 shits about this feud. I really enjoyed this feud, and now I haven't really at all. They haven't really done shit with this feud, so I don't know. It just kind of feels like a match that's just kind of there now, and it could have been so much better. And I just kind of want this feud to be over, but no matter what happens, this feud will not be over. I actually see Nikki Bella winning this match because it kind of wouldn't make sense. The loser's going to be the the assistant to the winner, and I see if Brie Bella wins. It seems like more of a heel thing. I think the face should be the assistant to the heel because I see Nikki Bella actually utilizing the stip, so probably force Brie Bella to help her win the Divas Championship and just do a bunch, treat her like crap, and I don't really see Brie Bella doing that. And I see Nikki Bella winning this match. Next match, the double. This is now I'm getting to the double main event. The first match is John Cena versus Randy Orton, and it's a Hell in a Cell match, and to determine the number 1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion is obviously Brock Lesnar. I really don't want to see this match. I've seen this match like a bunch of times, and yeah, it just drains me. Why are they doing this match? They do this match so much. They did it at the Royal Rumble. They did it at TLC, SummerSlam 2007, a bunch of Raws. I really don't want to see this match. This match is just way too overplayed, and this better not be the main event. Because if it's the main event, I might just stop watching the pay-per-view. To be honest with you, because I just really don't want to see this match. I've seen this match 3,000 times. Maybe more than that. But anyhow, the winner is going to be, I think there's no doubt in my mind that John Cena is winning this match. I see him facing Brock Lesnar for the title, considering the fact that they have a history, and that they can, and John Cena didn't really got screwed out of his match with Lesnar, so I just see John Cena winning, and Lesnar's a heel and Cena's a face, so it really wouldn't make sense. I do see Randy Orton turning face, though, after Hell in a Cell and feuded with Seth Rollins. So let's get to the next match. This is the match that needs to be the main event. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match. I can't wait to see this match. This is going to be a sick match. This is the match that should close out the pay-per-view. The crowd would be into it. It's Gleam's main event. Everybody wants to see this match. I think it would be awesome if this main evented the show. You don't have... I mean, if John Cena and Randy Orton main events the show, people will probably leave. They'll riot. And most people will turn off the pay-per-view. I certainly will. I really don't want to see this match. But no, the John Cena Randy Orton match main event. But I can't wait to see this match. This feud's been amazing with Seth Rollins turning on the Shield, which it was Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns was in, and since then Dean Ambrose has been obsessed with getting his hands on Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins actually ended up joining the Authority when he joined the Shield, which consisted of just Kane at the time. It wasn't corporate Kane; it was in the mask Kane at the time. Randy Orton, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon joined the Authority, and then it's raining here, so if you can hear like stuff going around, it's raining. But yeah, he joined the Authority, and Dean Ambrose has tried every point he could to get his hands on Seth Rollins, but he always escaped somehow. And they had a lumberjack match. He was still able to escape, sort of, and he got screwed over, and Seth Rollins beat him at SummerSlam in the lumberjack match. Then the next night, they had a Falls Count Anywhere match, and Seth Rollins took out Dean Ambrose by curb stomping him through the his head through the cinder blocks. And then at Night of Champions, Dean Ambrose returned and beat the shit out of Seth Rollins. And originally they were going to have John Cena and Dean Ambrose have a no-holds-barred contract on a pole match to see who would face Seth Rollins, because John Cena wanted to get his hands on him too, since he cost him the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I was fine with that, but it didn't happen that way. I think they didn't have anything for Randy Orton, so they had to give it away on Raw. So then Dean Ambrose won the contract on a pole match, and now they're having their Hell in a Cell match. And I don't know if this is going to be the end of the feud, but if it is, it's a perfect fit in. Hell in a Cell usually ends feuds, so I see it ending the feud. The winner, I think, is going to be Dean Ambrose. He's been kind of losing a lot to Seth Rollins. He's been getting screwed over a ton. And he's always gotten out. He's always had the Authority help him, or he's just always escaped in general. So I think this time when you have the Hell in a Cell, there's literally no escape in Hell in a Cell. And I see Dean Ambrose getting the win, and yeah, I see him getting the win. Um, and that would be awesome if he did. And that would be like a career making moment if Dean Ambrose won. Will the feud end? I'm not sure. Um, it may or may not, but we'll see. But Dean Ambrose is gonna win this match, and I see him. Maybe they'll do the Randy Orton Seth Rollins feud, and I don't really know what they're gonna do with Dean Ambrose. Maybe have him feud with somebody else, but we'll see. So now I've given my predictions. I'm gonna go back and repeat them like I normally do. Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro for the. Well, I predict that Dolph Ziggler is going to go defend and retain his Intercontinental Championship against Cesaro in the 2 out of 3 Falls match. I predict that Golden Stardust are going to defend and retain the WWE Tag Team Championships against the Usos. I predict that AJ Lee is going to defend and retain her Divas Championship against Paige. I predict that Rusev is going to beat Big Show by a Mark Henry heel turn. If that doesn't happen, Rusev will just win. I predict that Sheamus is going to defend and retain his United States Championship against The Miz. I predict that Nikki Bella is going to beat Brie Bella, so then Brie Bella will have to be the assistant for Nikki Bella. I predict that John Cena is going to beat Randy Orton inside Hell in a Cell to become the #1 contender to Brock Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I predict that Dean Ambrose will beat Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. And that's my Hell in a Cell 2014 predictions. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll be back later on to review TNA.